Welcome to another episode of CricChat. Today we have Ishant Sharma, who has been captain of Cavaliers Cricket Club. He's also been a part of U19 Calgary team as well as Alberta U19 Alberta team. So today we're going to have a conversation with him. Ishant, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, bro. It's a pleasure being here, and the setup here is next level. I'm extremely shocked, man, for all the investment that's been gone into the setup.
Yeah, there's a bit of work for sure, and local sponsors have been helping us. So today's episode is brought to you by Source Sports, Sohail Bhai. And before that, it was Kinetic Sports. And the things have been moving pretty fast. So let's get right into it. You played quite a bit of cricket at Riley Park. What are some of your most favorite or memorable moments?
Most favorite, I think my time with the Stallions team was amazing. I think we guys were the batch after you guys.
Yes.
And I remember it used to be so competitive, man. Like there were trials for Stallions and stuff. And it used to be like a big deal when we made the team. So when I eventually did make the team, I was ecstatic and had players like Sandeep, Indy, Farooq Qureshi, all these guys to look up to. So that period when you used to have T20 games in the league at Riley Park was an amazing time. And we ended up doing really well as well. Like I remember as a junior team, we ended up winning the senior Alberta T20 championship.
Right.
So that was an amazing time, man. And I think like most of the older players in CDCL, we just go to Riley for the vibe itself.
Yeah.
I barely see people like practicing there or anything. It's just social aspect. We're there, we're just hanging out by the nets. It's just the whole atmosphere is amazing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Riley Park has been home of cricket since 1908, right?
Yeah.
So long time. So, fond memories for sure. What kind of player were you back then compared to now?
If I'm being very honest, man, I wasn't that good. I remember going to Riley Park as a kid, and I remember me and Indy starting to practice, and he used to be like from the beginning just the classiest batsman you could see, right? Yeah, he is. He was something else, right? So basically, he taught me how to like hold the bat, and we would just personally, I would share this with anyone, but I would skip school just to practice sometimes at Riley. And that's where the fundamentals of the game came in. So I learned a little bit. And after that, it's just been an ongoing progression and seem to have done a little bit of improvement over time, you know?
Absolutely. How do you think that has helped your cricket club?
It's been nice. I remember initially when I joined Cavs, obviously as a kid, you have a lot of love for the game, right? But I didn't have the resources. So they did sponsor me with some equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I've never like looked anywhere else. It's just been a partnership, myself and Cavs, and I hope I've contributed at least a little bit to the team.
Yeah.
And hope to do more going forward.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So last year, I remember you averaged 55, if I'm not mistaken, in 10 games.
Yeah.
In Premier Divisions. What do you think has made a biggest difference for you?
I believe I always had the game just to play long in the longer formats, just to stay there and play the long game. I think when I was batting last year, I just wasn't thinking so much. I was just in the flow and reacting more, enjoying the game, as you know, as a batter yourself. Sometimes we overthink these things, right? We go a day before and we try to practice a certain way. Oh, I'm going to do this, that. But when I just turned off my brain for a bit, just batted like I would in the nets, and automatically I was lucky enough to get the runs.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so some big moments with Stallions, as we mentioned. What are your all-time favorite wins or as team performance?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I think that senior T20 Alberta Championship with Stallions, it was unbelievable. We kind of surprised ourselves. So that was one up there. And then playing the Canada Cup in BC against Ontario in the final. We couldn't cross the line, but it was a close game, and that's one of the memories that I have.
Yeah, definitely. And where do you see the junior teams going from the first couple of seasons of Stallions to where things are now? Where do you see things going?
There is a lot of traction in terms of we have a lot more players, I think, in the youth age groups and stuff. But at the same time, personally, I haven't noticed the same competitiveness that was around your guys' batch or afterwards. There just seemed to be, a standard. A standard was a little bit more competitive. Maybe I could be wrong, and someone could correct me, but that's not the case. As of now, I haven't noticed that.
A couple of people came to this show, and they've also mentioned we have more cricketers, but the talent or the competitiveness has gone down.
Yeah.
Partially because there's a few leagues now, and the talent is divided.
Yeah.
And what's happening is because you're not allowed to play interleagues, and that's causing the biggest problem. Would you think that is a problem, or
That seems like a reasonable answer to that. I would tend to agree with your statement there as well. I don't see how we could have a higher playing population of the youth and at the same time it'd be less competitive, other than the fact that we're all just diversified into different leagues, right? So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay, as we all know, in 2024, a lot of players have left Cavaliers Cricket Club, and many were writing them off, right? Okay, you're going to demote to a lower division. What was the season like for you guys?
To be very honest, it's never easy when a bunch of players leave your team.
And not to mention the core players.
The core players when they leave your team, but overall, our team was very competitive throughout the league stage of the tournament. I think we got better as we played more games, especially towards the end. To mention, there was one game that we lost by 6 runs, and there was one game we lost on the last ball. So if you think about those two results, if they came our way, then it could have been a totally even better season, right? So the team gelling and everything was there. But yeah, man, like players that left, honestly, there's no hard feelings. We're obviously grateful to them as a club because in some way they helped shape the club for what it is today. If I can mention like someone like Gagandeep Birdie, he's a big contributor for anywhere he plays. So grateful to these guys for helping the team when they were here. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for new guys to step in, right? And take those key roles and maybe establish a name for themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's time for Rapid Fire, brought to you by iyycburg. Your favorite cricketer of all time?
Rahul Dravid.
Batting or bowling?
Batting.
One cricket rule you would love to change?
Not to change, but I think it should be normalized mancating, what it's known as.
A dream stadium you would love to play in?
Lords.
One teammate who always makes you laugh?
Jermaine Thompson.
Last question, T20, ODI, or Test?
Watching Test and T20, playing ODIs.
Thank you all for watching the show. Continue watching and supporting our channel. We have a lot of things coming up. Stay tuned. Thank you.